welcome back to Bridles, Bits and Bottles. I'm Emily.
And I'm Anna.
Here to have the chats and a bit of a laugh.
Yeah, a bit of a laugh, bit of an easier topic now, I think, a little bit of a fun one.
Although I'm not really laughing at the moment.
Well, you see, this is how I seen it was a funny one, because Emily's a bit vexed about my toilet situation in the yard.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I need a wee, and
I said, come use my toilet. Without telling her.
Yeah. Told me when I was in there that we have to drip dry.
I was like, where's the toilet paper? I was like, there is none, you're just going to have to... And she was like, oh my God, I have to drip dry. I was like, yeah. And I need to use a bucket of water because the water had to be reduced with the pipe that burst that time.
Yeah, but fair enough drip drying if you're out in the country, because you can do but you can't do that in the toilet.
Well, there was a leaf blower in there. We could have just like...
But anyway, yeah, drip dry, and then she turns around and she goes, oh, and only number ones, and me actually sitting down. It was alright, it was only a wee, but it's a good...
Emily was like, what? So you could hear. I was like, yeah, no, don't do number 2, please.
Yeah, so anyway, yeah, that's the toilet situation.
But there is a toilet.
There is a toilet.
There is a toilet, but there's just instructions that come with the toilet. It's not your average...
It's kind of reminded me of being back in Asia and Central America when I was travelling, because they used to have toilets, but beside it they'd have, this is what you need to do. Actually, Anna, write this down. Her and her list, write this down.
Her list.
Get a bucket.
Yeah.
And get a saucepan. Now, a plastic one, like a speed scoop. And you fill the bucket up beside the toilet. And then when someone's finished, they just take the scoop of water and they put it in the toilet and it's flushed.
Well, I did have running water. I'm waiting for the builders to come back. They had to turn off those connecting pipes.
I know, but like just in the interim.
I don't care.
It'll save me trying to walk down to the wash bay with my buttons and flies undone because I don't want to do it up because I want to wash my hands.
Sorry.
It's a good
I feel
job.
so animalistic.
It's a good job.
I honestly saw no issue with this till Emily was like, I have to drip dry, and I was kind of like, what have I been doing to myself in the yard since the pipes went? I was like, oh my God, I've turned
Do you know what I love? Have you ever travelled Asia? Have you ever been to anywhere in Asia?
Never. No. Do you know
the bum hose?
Do you remember we were meant to go to Vietnam together?
Yeah, I went with Fiona.
Do you remember why I didn't go to Vietnam? Because I bought Bambi with my Vietnam money.
That was a mistake, wasn't it?
I don't think so. Anyway,
so if you don't know what a bum hose is?
No.
The bum gun.
Oh God.
Oh no, it's brilliant.
Oh God.
When I first went over years and years ago, like I'm talking 16 years ago, and the first toilet I was in, so there's a hose that comes from the back of the toilet. So they don't really have toilet roll because you're not really allowed to put it in there.
Yeah.
You have to put it in the bin beside the toilet, which is a lot of countries.
Yeah, it is.
So they have a hose of water, so you could just give yourself a rinse, and then you block dry with one bit of toilet, or you drip dry, and the toilet roll goes in the bin, so the toilet roll is always clean, so there's no real smell.
Okay. Well, that's a good idea.
You realise when you're using the hose how clean you actually are and feel all the time, because you're like having a little wash every single time.
I was thinking about how brilliant that was, and I was also thinking, how in God's name are we talking about a butt hose cleaner in the middle of... I just love the way these conversations, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing, and then it just occurred to me.
I still miss them. Like, I'd love a hose.
Sure, we'll get you a little hose sticking into your tap there, boy. Do you know the old-fashioned ones you used to stick in for the shower?
Yeah, the shower.
Yeah. I'll get you one of those for Christmas now, Emily.
I don't know now, the old drip drying.
No, but it's a good idea. It was a good idea, like,
No, it felt super squeaky clean. Speaking of drip drying,
down belows.
Yeah, it would depend on the old. What did I see today? Depends on the confirmation and the flap length. There was a post. This is very horsey related, so we're back on the horse track. We're good. And we've no drinking us. There was a post on the unofficial dressage Facebook group.
Yeah.
This lady.
Oh gosh, I can see where this is going.
Yeah. Well, she has said that she had started the sit and trot in dressage, and she was getting
I just know where
awful funny flap rubs.
Oh, Emily,
people had posted like loads of different things, and it's actually touch wood, have never had that problem. Very common.
Emily, I never realised how common it was, so I was jumping the bigger fences. So I was obviously grinding off the front of the saddle, but I would only know I'd done it when I went to go wee after a class.
Oh, actually, yeah, the burn.
And I would have split myself sometimes. Like I could have had 3 flaps the way it was going. 4.
Do we not have 4 anyway?
We do, sorry. Yeah, sorry to get that. When we talk about confirmation of flaps and things, I obviously need to have a chat with my GP.
I'm nearly 40 years of age.
But, oh my god, that's not normal.
Things that I've learned today.
Every day's a school day.
So yeah, she had this issue, and people chamois cream and also it's linked if you've got any bit of dryness and that, it's linked, which is perimenopause, which can happen from a really young age, but a lot of time from 35, 36 plus. Yeah. So yeah, people were recommending like KY jelly and the thicker underwear, the period pants, all of that stuff. So what did you use?
I used boys boxers. Not actual men's boxers, but you know the boxer shorts for women?
To stop
because they were so tight, kept it all safe and sound. Yeah, the junk was kept safely in the trunk, as they say. I know that's a male thing, but by God, I need something to keep my junk in. Oh no, it's horrific. It's actually horrific. It is actually a very silent killer in women, that thing, when you're riding. As in, it's so painful.
But it's quite funny because, it's not quite funny, like dressage, obviously, a lot of show jumping and eventing would be ridden in the forward seat. Yeah. Even when you're schooling, you're cantering around. Most professionals would rise to the canter. Yeah, absolutely. Very few sit.
Yeah, very few. Yeah.
But obviously it's a more common problem than I realised. I'd never heard of it before.
Oh no, I actually had assumed it was a fairly common problem. I can't believe you never had that issue.
No, I've had like bumps where you've come down the saddle wrong.
Oh yeah, no.
That bruise, but no.
No, I would have been cut like. Yeah. That's grinding away or whatever the fuck beep I was doing on the saddle. Yeah. Oh no, it's
normal. Ladies.
So it's actually normal.
Very normal.
Yeah, but I think good underwear is the thing. I think when I was jumping the bigger ones, I used to put 2 sets of shorts on. Okay. And like girls before used to be wearing their thongs and all that underneath, have the big nice perfect bum and no lines. Not me, I used to be going around with a big line here and it could be wedged up sideways. But I was not able for the bruising.
And did you ever use the chamois cream? Same as
I never did. Yeah, no. And it never occurred to me to either. Yeah. I think I was so young. Yeah. I just was like, I'll just open up my shorts. Do you know that way? Yeah. But it was only affecting me on the bigger jumps. So I'd say it was the landing down and things was a bit of a problem coming down from the heights.
Yeah, probably was. You were probably just...
Oh, it was awful. Yeah. Women's problems.
Yeah, so like some of the replies on that were... They were really, really funny. Really funny. Imagine. And I got a great kick out of it because I was like, I never knew this existed.
Oh yeah.
I'd always hear about men having to tuck their bits up or whatever they do, however they get it out the way. I don't know. No, don't really.
I actually would be quite interested to know that now.
Boys and men, how do you move
Emily
your
does
crown
want
jewels?
to know. I want to know. I actually want to know that.
Do they wear briefs instead of boxes so they keep it up?
Dunno.
And in.
It's really interesting. I never thought
boxes,
about it.
They go left and right, like.
Yeah. Lads, come back to us.
Let us know.
We need to know. This is very important educational topic that we need to understand.
It is, because then if you're buying Christmas presents, you know to buy the really nice briefs instead of boxes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to know that now. I really would. I'd find that very interesting, considering that my flappity flaps get absolutely split in all directions. And there ain't a lot hanging down there, like, sorry, but you know, in comparison to men, like, that's like trying to say, God, Anna, oh, cringe moment. Which you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, you know.
So
yeah,
okay.
I'm not going to say any more words than that because I was going to go into.
So that's one problem I suppose women have when they're riding.
Oh, it's a big problem.
Bouncing boobs.
Oh, here.
Don't have that problem
No,
either.
but did you? I did after having the lads, and breastfeeding was a big problem. Babies crying.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, if I had the babies cry,
gone. Yeah.
Leakage.
Everywhere.
Leakage. So if you've never had a baby before and you're having one and you're planning on going back riding and you're in competition or you're anywhere outside, pad up.
Oh my god.
Like,
I used to have block my ears if I thought kids are crying.
Yeah.
And I'm not hugely maternal, as you know. I'm not like, oh, I love kids. I'd be like, oh my god, shut that child up. I'm going to embarrass myself here.
Boobs leaking everywhere.
Oh, everywhere. And actually, I found it quite painful, even with the sports bras, because you know, if you got a bit full or anything, it was actually really painful.
It was. There was no underwire bras. I didn't think I wore an underwire bra forever. So if you haven't had a baby, you're thinking about it, that's it. Just get rid of the underwire bras.
Just get rid of them. You won't need them.
You won't need them.
No.
Ever again.
No, ever again.
Until a couple of years afterwards when everything's back.
And you go over to one of those countries and get the whole mom job done. Yeah. Then you might need them.
Yeah.
So what we're just saying is get rid of the wire bras. You don't need them.
Yeah.
Oh.
I suppose I lived in sports bras and nursing bras, but had to always wear the breast pads.
Oh yeah.
Just to catch anything, and especially I fed all mine myself, and in the beginning, or if they were cluster feeding, or if they were going through a growth spurt and they were feeding a lot, if you didn't feed every 2 hours, you'd get leakage anyway.
Oh yeah,
you'd rub off them, or you'd
see
a photo, and the next thing there'd be milk everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
And once it starts, it's very hard to stop it.
Oh, and it's awful. It's not awful. It's natural, but it is awful if you're just doing any activity that's. There's going to be leakage. It's terrible.
Yeah, so I'd have to always do that, or I'd bring the pump with me or the baby with me. Actually, that's one thing. When I was feeding and I was at shows and stuff, I had nothing but positive experiences.
Yeah, no.
I'd have the baby attached on watching a horse outside, or I'd be at the back of the lorry on the ramp, and no one batted an eyelid. No. I have to say, the horse community are very accepting of everything that goes on. I had one problem once, and it was in a cafe in Clonmel, and it was in Esquires. I used to go quite regularly. I sat down with Mum, and I can't remember what kid it was. I think it might be Elliot. And there was 2 women who should fucking know better beside me, and he started crying, and he was a tiny baby, I think. And I went to feed him, and they got up.
No.
They got up and they moved table.
Isn't that
And I thought to myself, did they do that because of just that? And I was like, no, Emily, you're being paranoid. And I said to my mum, and she said, I think they did. And then I got mad. Yeah. But I don't know whether they'd left by that stage or they didn't walk past me, because I was bullying. I was ready for a fight. No, that's terrible. Feed the bloody baby that's hungry. You wouldn't stand there yourself.
No, it's not. And it's everyone's own business what they do. Yeah. What are you insulted by someone feeding their child? That's
not as though I'm waving around.
You don't have them to wave around.
I don't have them to wave around. But when I did, right? Yeah, there was no waving around. It was just
use it as an indicator. Go this way. Go that way.
With a square in their face. No, just literally stick the baby on, and that was it. 5 minutes, finished. Done.
But anyone who feeds is generally very discreet. We don't really want them hanging out anyway.
No, we don't. No. So there was when I was out at shows and stuff within the equestrian community, I never had an issue. So if anyone's wondering, get on with it and do it.
No, they're brilliant. But speaking of women problems and getting back on the horses, I was talking to you about the embarrassment of being popping. I'd say people don't talk about this. I have no issue talking about it because
tell everybody, Anna.
So we were talking about this earlier. We were just talking about when we chat about, general things. And so one of the problems we were talking about was popping over a fence. So if you don't know what that is, you hear the mares doing it with the fanny farts.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Over a fence. Well, they're not the only ones doing it. I must have popped around every fence just as much as poor old Bambi. She could be heard, but mine were little silent ones. It was awful. I actually felt like I'd be full of wind afterwards. But nobody talks about these things. And like
was that after even Cahill?
Oh, that was after Cahill.
So I just want to point out to everyone that Anna had a section.
Yeah.
On Cahill.
Yeah.
So
and even after Cahill.
Even after that. So it's not just if you've pushed.
No.
And the same way with the boobs leaking.
Yeah.
You bottle feed after a while.
Oh, I did, because I was a real bad I dried up. I think I was just like, I'm done.
And did you bottle feed Rhea?
Rua,
sorry.
No. I didn't.
Rhea.
No, I breastfed Rua and bottle fed.
Yeah. Did you find the leakage went for a long time on her?
Yeah. But like, but the same with the popping. Like, because remember we were talking about the looseness.
Yes.
We were talking about our abdomen. I think no matter how much you've either had a section or you pushed or whatever, well, there's no other choice, a section or push. Test tubes, you know.
Yeah. Get someone else to grow it for you.
Yeah, Dolly the sheep kind of thing, like something else growing it. What do you call that? Surrogate.
Yes.
Surrogate. Embryo transfer.
Yeah.
Sorry. But no, I think no matter what you do, your muscles are so loose.
Yeah.
But I used to be really conscious going around jumping. Cause
in case someone would hear it.
Well, you hear Bambi go bop, bop, bopping away, and everyone would be kind of like, oh yeah, but she had a phone.
Yes,
but I was popping away too, over every fence. But I actually used to feel like a balloon when I get off. I'd be afraid swinging off the horse. Like, what way is it going to come out again? I'd be riding to the back of the box, hopping off and walking around for a minute to see if it was going
tip number 1,
blow out me somewhere.
Tip number 1, shower cream. Tip number 2, get rid of the underwear, wear padding. Tip number 3, dismount off the horse.
Dismount off the horse away from the public, because
in case you're going to fanny fat.
It could come out anyway. And
frump is the word. That's the word.
Frump. In case you frump. Yeah, that's it. So if you're going to frump in private, because it's going to come, lads, and it ain't going to stop. You can't hold it like a normal fart. It's going to come out one way or another. But see, horses have no dignity. They just frump and they're like, get over it. Like, but if I frumped after 14 fences, it could be coming for 10 minutes.
Oh my God. I think we're done. I don't think we
tried to have a conversation with someone when you frump away and you're like, sorry, that's the mayor. The mayor out there, like, frumping.
Oh God. Well, look. So all that stuff is normal, but that's all stuff people don't talk about. There's probably a reason.
Well,
but
people mention it, but like it obviously happens. Like if it happened to me, it has to happen to other women in the world. Like I can't be the only person who's sucking in air as they go over a fence. Like,
does it get better?
It did.
Okay, there we go. So
at the odd, if I get too big a jump that I wasn't ready for now, I could get it out. Oh shit. I have to go and find a corner to get off in now.
Oh, okay. Well,
but look,
that's just a few things that
they're just the kind of funny things that we you come up against. Chaffing, boobs, and frumping.
Is it not chafing?
Chafing? What did I say? Chaffing.
Chaffing, like horse chaff. You're right about the glasses not making you intelligent. And there's the witch laugh again. Right, guys, we're gonna love you and leave you.
We will.
All those things, if you have them, very normal.
And you can relate.
And I've got a list, yeah.
Oh, I have a list, yeah. Both you can relate.
I have a list too. But
we all have Jesus.
Right.
Embarrassment of it.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Talk to you later.